Alright, y'all, we back. We're going to do this after 15 minutes. So as I said in the video before this, that we're going to talk about what caused some of, I call her Riri, because it's my goddaughter, so I give her the name. So we're going to talk about, a little bit about what caused, we're going to talk about first, right, because I told y'all she was brave, right, and being brave, it can happen to the best of us, right? So I worked in the field. I started working in the field of dual diagnosed mental health, substance abuse, and mental health. Before mental health became a huge thing in South Florida, it was substance abuse, and people were self-medicating for mental health, right? And one of the things I learned when I worked in mental health is how lucky I was, right? That was me being victimized, and me having abused, which you're gonna see so many times, and you're gonna read about it in my book called "Then I Woke Up." Well, I will be done in no time, but the reason is brave because when I did it, and I told my mom, I was 40. How old were you, Dorita?
I was 8.
She was 8. And our abuser always tell us, don't tell nobody, keep this between us. They gonna hurt, mine did. They gonna hurt my mom or put my mom out and do stuff to my brother. That's what my abuser told me. But Dorica was 8. And how did you do it?
I told one of my teachers.
How did you tell them?
Through a box, a questionnaire, a box that you put questions in.
Tell us the story.
Okay, I was in the 7th grade. I was in the 7th grade. I had this teacher at one of the schools I was going to. I put a question in the question box, and she came to me and she asked me.
What was the question?
She
what
asked.
What did you write?
Oh, I wrote. I asked, I'm being ripped, and she came to me. She asked me. She said, "What do you mean by that? I don't understand it." So I told her what I was talking about. She shut everything down and took me to the office, the school office at the school I was attending. I was in the back with the principal. They were contacting DCF and all those people like that. While I was there, my mom came up to look for me. They did not tell her where I was. I had to go to the port center because that's where the case, that's where my caseworker was. So I went to the port center, and one of the young ladies I met there was going to a shelter. So I went to a shelter with her. Then eventually I went to a foster home. After that.
So did your mom, okay, so when your mom found out, right, did she kick the man out?
No, she would call herself kicking him out. She would call herself kicking him out, but he took all his stuff out the house and he came back the same night, just himself in the outfit that he had on.
So when did you tell again?
I told again for my sophomore year in high school.
Okay, and that's why she's so brave, yo. Cause I could never think about telling my. It happened with me at 6. So the one thing about it is being able to have God in your life, and God don't want these things to happen to us, but God cover us and He keep us. So it becomes, we become advocates and we become a voice for women that can't talk, right? Not the people that, okay, that's another topic. I'm going to keep that quiet. But we become advocates, right? I'm trying to follow what I'm about to say. But we become advocates. We become able to talk about it. And we be able to mentor people. Like, we can mentor. You can mentor somebody through this. And you can tell them, like, yo, it ain't your fault, right?
That is the truth. I used to blame myself all the time for it. And the reason I used to blame myself for it, because I said, oh, I'm going to turn him on. I'm walking around here in my little stink shorts and T-shirts and stuff like that. And he just looking at me.
And you a baby.
Yeah, and I'm a baby.
And you thinking like that.
That's right.
Yeah. I wish I would have married with what you said. Calm down. She said no. I said, I wish I would have met him. She said no. She said, no, you cannot. No, because I'm about mine. So do you think that your mental health came from that? Like,
that's what it started, because I was taking in too many stuff. I was going to school, I was working,
I'm trying not to think about it.
No, I was doing what I want. I was doing what I was what I wanted to do. I wanted to become a chef.
Okay.
I wanted to become a chef. So that's why I was going to culinary institute. I took all through culinary classes when I was in high school, and then once I got out, I went to the Florida Culinary Institute.
Okay. So you wanted to become a chef?
Yeah, I wanted to become
and
a chef.
And you wanted to cook?
Yeah, I want to make sandwiches. I want to make sandwiches.
So you gonna tell me to help you cook some cube steak, and you done been to...
Sorry, y'all. Tell her about so she just called. I'm sorry, y'all. She just called.
Hey, you gonna tell me to help you cook some cube steak? Don't look away. And you know how you a chef. So you wanna have me cook some cube steak? I'm tired. Alright, come on. Alright. I ain't doing it. I just sat there and worked until you work a chef at the kitchen table because it was my job at the time. So I just sat there and you put a little seasoning on, do this, do that. I try to do that shit. Oh, it's already seasoned. Well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. She just was trying to get my attention. But anyway, so.
Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm busted.
Very busted. So what is it like when you unstable on your medication?
It all depends. It all depends on what's going on in my life at the time. And what I mean by that, like say for instance, I'm having a bad day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to seeing different people in the morning to help put me in the better mood.
Okay.
They upbeat, upgoing, uplifted, and that's me, Mama Ride. All she got to say is boo. All she got to do is just bust a move, and I'm busting more right now with her. We bust a move right now together.
You talk about me?
Yes.
And bust a move. I gotta be hey.
I'm happy, and you know what happy is. If you're happy and you really want to know, you really want to. That's
my favorite song.
Yes, that's right.
So when you're having a bad day and they call you to be, and when you're in a facility and they cause you to be, Baker acted.
Yes.
Like what are some of the things that trigger you?
What trigger me to get Baker acted?
What triggered you to have your episode?
No, I have had one of those in a while.
No, you have not.
I have one of those for a while. So actually, to be honest with you, I don't even know how I feel like this moment. I forgot all about that moment. Right? I forgot all about it.
So what have been keeping you from having them?
Surrounding myself with positive people,
mm-hmm.
and not let the negativity outweigh the positive
mm-hmm.
thought that I have in my head, because it starts in your mind, and then because the mind is the most powerful thing that you can do,
mm-hmm.
and if you keep your mind right and get under control, you can do a lot of things.
Right.
You can change mountains, you can change everything around in your life, but as long as you stay focused and do what you supposed to be doing, you'll go a long ways.
That's right. Amen to that. Amen. And I love that because she's also a very, very powerful woman of God, right? And she hasn't had one in a long time. And out of all the years, I've been knowing you since 2019, and out of all the years that I've known her, the first time I seen her have an episode was last year. Like I was on her, she fell on the ground, I went on the ground. We down there together, you know. And it just put me back in CPI training, right? Because that's Christ prevention and intervention, and so it put me back in that training. And that's when we learn that when you work in mental health, and learning that is you have to be as calm as you can. You don't have to like the situation. But if somebody around you is having an episode, you can't be yelling and screaming at people. So let me ask you a question. So another question I want to ask you is, that the people say relationship issues cause you to have. I've been wanting to ask you that for a long time. They say relationship issues cause you to have your break. Is that fact?
When I get really mad, if I'm really mad and I can't talk about how I'm expressing, Or not, that's what cause it. That's what cause it.
That's what causes it. So it's not the relationship.
Exactly.
It's when you're going through and you're trying to tell somebody what you're going through because you have a hard time and you let people tell you how you feel.
Yes.
And that's what we fight about the most.
Exactly.
Because you're 30 something, I'll tell your age. And you at an age where you can tell people how you feel versus allowing people to tell you how you should be feeling, right? So that's the thing, like she had this person in her life, they're no longer there, so, and they used to tell her, like, you feeling like this, and I think you feeling this way, and she's not, and then she come in there, well, I don't feel like this, but then go back in there and tell them you don't feel, because yeah, I'm raw, I'm 100%. Right? So then go put your butt back in there, and at that time I was cussing good. Go your butt back in there, and you tell her it's not how you feeling, that you feel like this, right? And she just really had a hard time doing that. And I think now, and you know, it has a lot to do with authority figures. So I get it. I get it. I definitely get it. But I also feel like if you, like a mother, a father, an aunt, or uncle, or a counselor, whatever, facilitator, whatever, I think listening is the key. And we should listen to how somebody feels because people feelings are valid, right? And how they feel is valid. And if they respect you, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe that's her favorite. Like, okay, maybe that's it. No, it's not. And then she come running to me and we fight, and I'm like, why you just didn't? And she's like, I don't know. And then go back and tell them. And that's what you have. I know for a fact that's where you had your hardest moment at, is telling people how you feel. But I think today, you got no problem telling nobody how she feels. Like, that's not. I think she avoid chaos. I think that's what it is. You try to avoid chaos.
Exactly.
And avoiding chaos is just what it is. But I don't think you swallow it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if somebody be like, okay, well you just acting like that because of a man. You today opposed to last year, you like, yeah, well maybe I'm acting like this because of a man. And that ain't the case. Exactly. So you probably say, okay, well, you know, in my mind, I'd be like, okay, well you ain't listening. Let me go find somebody else to listen to. And see, that was one of, you know, you don't mind. That was one of the things last year. Somebody telling her she was going through it because of a man, and she was like, okay, well maybe, at first it was like, no I'm not, but I guess they said it so many times, but the fact of it was because of a doctor visit, and she was trying to explain the doctor visit, and nobody wasn't listening to what she was saying was going on to, at the doctor visit, right, which, and she got Baker acted, right, so they tell you how to go, like, listen, and it caused her to start fainting, right? And everybody was like, oh, it's the man, and it wasn't. And I'm trying to say, oh, well, we know it. That's it, she do this all the time. But the fact of the matter, it wasn't. And she, caused her to start fainting. And then she fell and she broke her leg. And then when she broke her leg, she went to the hospital and found out she had something going on that the doctor told her she had going on. And they would try to diagnose her with something did too. But in fact, it wasn't nobody listening. It wasn't nobody listening. I heard it, but when you kind of like tired tongue and, you don't got all the degrees that other people have. But I have the best degree in the world when it comes to mental health. I have the listening degree. People say I don't. But if I could recite a whole conversation, I definitely be lit. See, I just recited that whole event. I recited, and I knew what it was, and that's what we're talking about. It's like understanding people in their mental health. Like, yeah, this is kind of bruised. You might have to cut some stuff, but understanding mental health is so important, right? Because we even did a group. It called, because I facilitated groups at one point, and one of the groups was like, I'm very big at not looking at the side. I don't want to look at the side. I don't want to know you by what the doctor said. I don't want to know you by what the therapist said because they spend time and they got to ask you questions. They got to do this and they got to do it. I want to know who you are. I want to know your favorite color. I want to know what you like to do, where you like to go,
eat,
and what else.
your hobbies.
I want to know all that.
And she's very spontaneous. Very spontaneous. She's the life of the party, all by herself. If ain't nobody else go party with her, she party all by herself. And then if I get mad and she a party by herself, I join right on there with her. We party together.
And just be the two of us
That's right.
partying. Because just because you have mental health issues does not mean the world is over. I tell people that make decisions over our lives, our what? What I always say about people that make decisions over our lives.
Oh, they I go to about what?
They got mental health issues too.
Exactly.
Them doctors, them judges, them lawyers, them nurses. They suffer from anxiety, ADHD, bipolar. Some of them schizophrenic. Somebody be snapping on that judge. You think people can go in there and listen to somebody did all this horrific stuff and be sane? Yeah, some of them take medicine. I used to take care of him. I used to take care of the man that was the supervisor of the light pole from South Florida, FPNL, Power of Light. And they got mental health issues. So, the difference between him and others is that he wasn't stable on his medication. It's about getting to the root of the problem. And some people do have root problems and can't take heartbreak, right?
That's right. And the one that case, well, in my case, when I can't take how I don't take my medication, and I do I'll take my medication so that I can see the other side of me that nobody else sees. So I have to bring the other person out through not taking my medication because I know from off my medication I'm gonna be crazy as a bed bug.
Now, and who you want to see that? The person that you got the heartbreak with? Yeah.
Exactly.
So then that goes.
So I want them to feel it.
You want them to feel it. So that goes with she's gonna get their attention one way or the other. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, so it's been a blast. Yeah, been a blast. So I just wanted to do two little videos together. I hope this whole video can play because it's very interesting. It's very needed to talk about. Like I said, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. We're going to be talking about sex and how to. We might do another one, but we're going to talk about sex and how to be protected and how not to catch nothing. We might just do another one. They're going to do a sex video.
No. I can do that with you, Mama.
That's why you draw a line there, Mama Roz. It's over with. Stop it. Kids, stop. But yeah, but I'll be back. I'm gonna try to do 2 videos today and talk about it and comfort in my home. But the next 2 is definitely life after death and complications of diabetes. And definitely the next 2. So I have a time. I'm kind of do another video so that YouTube can make me live so I can have some live videos. Okay? Bye-bye.